He's on the rope. He's spit off the rope. He's moving around now. He's getting a little bit of a rhythm. He finally got that second win. Can't be stopped.
Round coming to a close. Hands up, defense, sidestep. 1, 2, players don't know his extent. It's the endurance test. The real fight begins. Take a walk to the corner. Come get your second win.
Welcome to the Second Win Boxing Media. I'm your host, Rashid Hammond, and alongside,
it's your boy, Caesar Fantastic. And today we are honored to be in the presence of Alexander the Great Johnson. Man, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm great, man. It's a pleasure, man. It's an honor and a pleasure, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. We just gonna run through a little quick few questions with you real quick. First question is, when did you start boxing?
Start?
Yeah, start.
I actually fought. I had to sneak in box when I was a kid. So I come up, like in my early days, I come from uptown. So Midtown was our gym, you know. Shit, Gary Russell was like 4 or 5 years old. He couldn't even fight yet. The little Gary. I was back then with Seven Jackson, Kamal. Yeah, like Mark Two Shot was still fighting amateur. I think my first fight was like his last amateur fight or something like that. They was fighting at Tiger Market when I was fighting him. But yeah, it was back then. But I had to sneak into it. I wasn't allowed to box back then, you know.
What got you into it? What got you into it? What got you into boxing?
Early stages, it was my brother, man. I always tell a story. It's crazy, man. But growing up, we watched Rocky. And my brother used to be like, man, come on, man, you could be like Rocky. And he would tie the string from the bathroom to the bedroom door. And I'd be in the jump doing the Rocky. You know what I'm saying? But my oldest brother and my cousin, they fought down Midtown too. So, you know, it was always a thing of trying to follow, you know what I'm saying, the footsteps of somebody you look up to. But my mom's wasn't having it. I also had you know, nobody don't ever know this, but I don't talk about it or nothing. But I used to have seizures. So that was the main reason why, you know, I wasn't able to play real contact sports and stuff like that. I think I was having them up until like 6th grade or something like that. But yeah.
All right. And who were some of the fighters that you looked up to and inspired you?
Back then it was, man, Mike Tyson. It was Mike Tyson back then, man. I can remember back. It was like one time he came in the jump off the Essex jump, put your Gucci watch on, said good night.
That's rock.
that's way back.
Man, that jump, man. That's like, man, that's Mike Tyson. I was like, that's DC Go-Go. I don't know how old I was. But man, I think I was in the gym the next day after that.
Yes, indeed.
Now describe your fighting style. Describe your style as a fighter.
It's unorthodox. I'm a southpaw, so I'm a problem. First of all, I could fight. I got hot, so that's a whole nother problem. Yeah, I just leave it at unorthodox. I'm slick. I got speed. I got power. I use it in different forms and different times. You know, it just style make fights. Honestly. Being able to be rounded like that, I think come a little bit from the amateurs. I ain't even have an outstanding amateur career, but being around the amateurs and seeing and sparring and, you know, picking up things from a lot of great, you know, amateurs from the area like Lamont and Anthony Peterson and, you know, some guys like that, to name a few.
Okay. Speaking of amateur careers, next question was how many amateur fights did you have?
Probably about 25, 26.
25, okay. All right. And did you have any like big rivals or somebody in amateur so you just hated to see you go against?
That's a strong word. But nah, I ain't never really have a rival. I think the Nationals, everybody was a rival. It was like DC versus anybody, and
This is
you
world,
know,
yeah.
and I experienced that like when we went to the Golden Gloves. I think it was in Chattanooga. Like we all kind of knew each other, you know what I'm saying, on the team, but we all come from different gyms or whatever, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But our team was a nice team. But when we walked through the door, I mean, it's like we parted the race, like we parted the sea, man. And
Mhm.
the doors open, man. DC in the house, that's all you heard walking through the hallway. So that
Yeah.
right there automatically put a chip on my shoulder and let me know I'm gonna be in the championship.
Oh man.
They already fear. I got one notch up already. They already fierce. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So we already one step ahead, or me for my mentality, I'm already a step ahead. All I gotta do is just keep the gas on the pedal, you know, keep my foot on the gas and keep going.
Keep pushing. Yeah. Got some shit?
Yeah, man, you named some. Hey, bro, you mentioned Kamal King, Seven Jackson, Gary Jones, and man, that's my time. So we probably went, crossed paths plenty times. And back in those days, so I remember I'm familiar with Midtown with Gene and
Yeah, Greg.
Greg used to wear all the chains, and
Yeah, little
Greg
Greg.
might be
That's he. Greg lived in the building. I lived on Fairmont Street. Greg lived in the 1400 building. I lived in the 1401 building. And Greg, he used to always wear the chains back in
wear
the
the
day,
chains. He used to wear them
man.
chains, yeah.
But every time you see Greg, he always tell some Shaw, you see the jab, let me see the jab, right?
Showed up, yeah.
It's like, man, I'm gonna take y'all to the gym, man, because he always used to see us outside, or we'd always be in front of the building or whatever.
Yes,
I'm like,
indeed.
all right, man, just tell me, man, we gonna come. So he was like, all right, come down there. We be down W Street. So, man, we went down there. It was a lot of us. We all used to go down there, man, and train and work. I think I'm the only one that fought, actually. But I used to have to come home and get my trophies away because I had to sneak and do it.
I got you.
I couldn't even take my trophies in the house.
I got you. I know I had a lot of friends like that too, man. It wasn't supposed to be in there.
Yeah, I had the little
I
medals. I
understand.
would give my friends, man, like, hey, man, I fought, man. Here, you can have
Right,
it. I
right.
can't
Yeah.
take it in the house.
Wow. That's heavy there though. But I understand your mother's concern. You said you had seizures back in the day. She's more concerned about that. So but back then it was so lenient to get into stuff that you
Yeah.
probably had no signature, or you probably signed it for and all types of stuff. So.
I had a cousin, man. She was grown up, right? But
Okay.
when she basically kind of like raised me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When mom's was at work, she was there. You know what I'm saying? So she had the capability of filling out the forms. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I got you.
whenever I wanted to do something without mom's knowing, I just go to my cousin like, hey,
Yeah.
man, I need your help, man. Fill this out. I watch the kids for you over the weekend.
I got you.
You know,
You made a
little
deal.
tick
That's
tack
right. That's
jump,
right. That's right.
Yeah.
So, what was that transition like now, going from the amateurs to the pro game?
Honestly, I think I had the pro mentality the whole way. I don't think I ever saw the amateurs as like anything but like a learning tool, honestly. I ain't learned that I had the capability of doing what I was actually doing until like it was time to do it. You know what I mean? Like
I got you.
I was number 3 in the USA during my amateur times. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? But like that wasn't my goal or nothing like that. I only had 25 amateur fights. These guys got 300 fights, 100 fights.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm competing against, or I'm in the circle of competing against. And it was like, man, you got a chance. You could be on the Olympic team. And I'm like, the Olympic team? Like Gary and all them guys were still in the circle. Rasheed Warren and all of them guys, man. I used to be around all them guys, man, in the amateurs. The Bronze Bomber, all them guys. I done been in competitions when, you know, they all been around.
Yeah. So what is your age, man? How old are you, man, now?
I'm 40, man.
You 40. Okay. So yeah, you more like Lamont and them age, Lamont and Anthony and them's age bracket. Yeah. Okay. So that explains why I didn't cross paths with you, because you're a few years younger than me. Mm-hmm. I stopped in the 90s, the late 90s. I came back in 2000. But then everything else, I discovered the almighty lady, woman, you know what I'm saying, kids and everything. And I always had this. My father always used to tell us this, man, you can't half-ass boxing. So I'd rather just went out the way I did without disrespecting the sport, man. So that could be true, and that, you know what I mean, that can't, you know what I mean, and then there's a saying that, it's a double-headed sword, honestly. It really is, man. Yeah.
And I say that because I lived in that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got you.
I chose to be a father first, so I was still a father first. You know what I'm saying? It's not a parent-teacher conference. It's not a assembly. It's not a you know what I'm saying, school. I was always there. It's not a doctor. I was always there. I was always there. But that too can render your career by, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm just in the gym at the old lady I was dealing with at the time, you know what I mean? You at work. So yeah, I'm at the gym. I can maneuver a little bit. I can handle this. You know what I mean?
I got you.
You know.
Yeah, and I
that's
understand.
a whole nother story too.
But I like it though, man. It should be a balance there, but I was just at that point where I was so, like I say, today I'm going on my 8th year sobering up from drinking, and I was involved in all that. You see what I'm saying? So I was drinking and partying and the whole 9 yards with a point where, man, to the point I know I would have ruined myself, my career, my name, everything.
So you was living the DC fighter's lifestyle.
Exactly. But I didn't want to disrespect the sport of boxing. I knew how, I respected boxing that much. Explain some of your, someone just asked me, man, what was your biggest DC? Wanted me to ask you, what's your biggest fight in DC?
The biggest fight I had in DC?
Yes.
I guess it would be the Pooh fight. That fight was, it was hype behind the fight. It was publicity behind the fight. Shit, it was every fucking body from DC in his corner. Merlin, all these dudes, man, they was in his corner.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
It was me, Ty Johnson, my trainer Daryl Tyson, my sons, and my cut man in my corner. We came out the tunnel, man. I ain't lying. I saw everybody I ever bumped into in the boxing behind Pooh corner.
Wow. Wow.
After the fight, I knew you could do it. I saw you. That's why, it's.
We was talking off air about Pooh, Sugar Pooh, and we interviewed Sugar Pooh about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and Sugar Pooh, man, had nothing but utmost respect for you. In terms of he talked about how your punching power was amazing. He said, man, you
felt your knuckles. He felt your knuckles through the gloves.
Knuckles through the gloves, man. He said he hit hard as shit, man. But it was all respect, man. It was all respect. And one thing about this sport, man, it teaches that it kind of like put things in perspective, man. He said he got nothing but respect for you, man. He said you you slick, you know what I'm saying, you dangerous. You're a dangerous fighter. Basically, was what he was trying to say.
Boxing is a humbling sport, honestly. But to what you were saying, yeah, and like I said, I bumped in the pool like a couple days. I think after his interview, and he told me that. It was like, man, I did the interview, man. I spoke highly of you, man. You should check it out. He told me, and I did. I went and watched it, and then I think y'all had asked me to come on, maybe previous to that or in the process of that.
Yeah.
But it was weird, and just the way the world works, how I bumped into him literally after that, and he said all the things he said and all. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And
yeah.
like I said, I tip my hat to Pooh. I met him twice before we fought. Like I said, I can't say I know Sugar Pooh. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But from what I know, Sugar Pooh, was a good fighter. He's a good fighter. One who's been rendered by the DC lifestyle or DC fighters lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all have our vice and our muse. We go through it. Oh, everybody talk about us in this manner.
That's real.
You know?
That's real, man. Because you definitely hear the conversations, and you know how this sport is. It's boxing. I used to tell it to him all the time, man. But when I wasn't in there, you was hear more jokers gossiping in the boxing.
It's
from
the
boxing
toughest, hoest sport in the world. It's the toughest, hoest, corrupted sport in the universe.
In the world, man. I ain't never said, man, your mother, our mother didn't gossip as much as some of these fights.
It's crazy.
And then they gossip right after they leave your gym and come over here to this gym.
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
So it creates a stigma for us all, because I was heard stories. I was the biggest damn dope dealer in DC at one point in time, which was not true. I'm nowhere near it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even involved in it. So, but that was the rumors. Rachi was the new rapist. Other than I ain't do no snitching though. Shit. But no, man, seriously, man. Are you retired, or what is going on with you in this day and time, man, as far as boxing?
Honestly, I'm just tired. I'm just tired of people wanting to fight, don't fight, picking fights. I'm just tired of that. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, if you want to fight, we're gonna fight. I ain't never ducked nobody. I ain't never ducked the fight. I took fights on 10-day notices. You know what I mean? That was one of my best mistakes I've made in boxing.
Right.
And I don't even want to say it was a mistake. It was a learning lesson. You always hear people say don't take short fight notices, but the way I feel about myself and the way I work, you know what I'm saying? I know me. I knew I wasn't in no condition to win the fight, but I knew I was in shape to fight.
Yeah.
And that was the conversation before we agreed as a unit to take the fight. I was a little more on the, I don't care what y'all think.
Yeah.
I'm taking this fight, but we still agreed as a unit. And I'm talking about the Arthur Beterbiev fight.
Okay. Yeah. You got a question on that?
I was gonna get into that. I was gonna say, like, started off where you shared the ring with Beterbiev, Luis Garcia, Farah Ennis, some pretty good fighters. Who was your toughest opponent?
My best fight was Farah Ennis, honestly. And I say that because I challenged myself. Like, see, like you said, this, not to go off topic, but I commend myself for several reasons. You know what I'm saying? I believe that I'm living a whole life that, you know what I'm saying, was given to me outside of having seizures and all that. So being able to fight, I'll overcome so much in that effort. You know what I'm saying? Overcome
Real
the fact
talk.
that I couldn't do it or was told not to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I battled so many entities in doing that. You know what I'm saying? In itself, to get to the stage and the level to fight for the championship and to fight an undefeated guy in that magnitude who come and got the resume that he had. I ain't nobody. Y'all
Real
thought
talk.
y'all was picking on me.
Right.
He was 17-0 with 11 knockouts. I was 10-0 with like 4 knockouts.
Yeah.
And I fought 75 the whole way. I cut to 68 to fight that fight.
Wow.
So I had to dig into a different type of demon to get to that level of, you know what I'm saying, fighting. Then we fought. That wasn't my backyard. That was his. So I had to have another mentality going into that fight. So that's why I say that was my best fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my toughest fight was the Better Be a fight. But I only give it that because the way I took the L. You know what I'm saying? I took the lesson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never had a fair fight. I ain't never had 30 days or how these guys get 8 weeks to train for a fight. I ain't never had. I ain't never had that.
Yeah.
Well,
one thing I do notice. Go ahead, Sean.
Oh no, what Better Be if, like, how legit would you say his power and skill is, though?
Listen, the man got power in both hands. I ain't never felt a jab like Sugar Pooh said about me. I'm saying the same thing about Better Be. And I went back to camp with Better Be after I fought Better Be.
Okay.
I went to Canada and camped with him and sparred him like every day. But
he legit.
In the fight though, I ain't know what I seen him get clipped in the video. We went in, we was in the gym or whatever before we got the call. I was in the gym, but I was out the gym for a while, in and out. But I'm like, all right, we had the meeting, we looked over it, and when I seen him get clipped, I was like, oh, we can get him.
Yeah.
We can get him. He ain't had nobody like me.
Yeah.
Nobody lasted 3 rounds, you know what I'm saying? 4 rounds with the guy. I ain't going out like that's my mentality. I ain't going out like that. He got a different fight, you know what I'm saying, on his hand. I just ain't had enough gas. You know what I'm saying? I got on the highway on a quarter tank.
So you think if you would have had like a 6-week training regimen, total different fight, I believe.
Total different fight.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that if you youngers out there, that's the way the boxing game is made. It's like that's the way they structuring it now. Or back then, they try to catch you 2 weeks in advance, 1 week in advance, catch you off guard. Try to put you, can you make 65, 68? He weighing 75. They know he weighs 75 week before the fight, but they still take a disadvantage, drain you down, and gotta be aware of those tactics, games that they play, you know what I'm saying? And especially when you on the, if you ain't, you know what I'm saying, they feel as though like, okay, he don't have this type of management person to guide him to do this and that. You youngest, be aware of that and create maneuvers. You know what I'm saying? How to get around something it's hard to do, but that's the trick bags that boxing does. You know, this brother, you know, they 2 weeks in advance. And I've been watching you, man. I know you in shape. You know what I'm saying? You stay in shape now. Look who on there. Look like Gary Jones on here, man. Yes, indeed. What's up, man? My homie on here. Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, they come up with these trick bags, man. And man, it's very important that we, man, teach the youth to try to maneuver some of them and learn from our mistakes, man, or the mistakes that happened in the past.
That's a fact. One of the things I commend Pooh on saying is the taxes thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you are or what situation you in. I don't think unless they really love you, man, they ain't really showing you all the ropes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta know, if you ever come into the process of a nice fight, a nice purse, pay your taxes. Pay your taxes before you pay anything else. Before you buy anything, pay your taxes, man. That's
talk.
That's a legit thing, man.
Real talk. I got a question from brother Lou, man. Lou Peterson said, man, what's your take on this generation of boxers, man?
On the new generation.
On the new generation of boxers.
I mean, I can only speak from who I saw and who I see. And then if we speak in new generation, are we talking to amateurs that's coming up? Because I got a little more respect and a little more care for their upcoming and their upbringing versus the realm of fighters who we talking about now. That's the newcomers kind of say, you know what I'm saying? So are we talking about like Tank and Shakur, or are we talking about these amateurs that's fresh and new, like a Stacey Shelby, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I see what you said. I get exactly what you said. I think he may be talking about like the Shakurs
like
and the
young
guys
Shakurs
that come
and
the generation after yours a little bit. Probably.
Yeah. So I just saw a statement. I mean, I just saw like a little video recently. He was on like a podcast, something like this with Devin Haney,
Okay.
I think, and he was talking, and he was like, man, I'm coming for all the belts and all the division.
Yeah.
And he got the capability.
Yeah, I'm with you.
No.
I mean, I think, man, some of these dudes being saved by their team.
Yeah.
Some of these dudes' careers is being caressed and
Yeah. Coddled. Yeah.
Baby,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna ask what you think is a difference between when you turn pro to how they handle, youngers now.
It was a fight game versus a business game. It's business now. It ain't fight game now.
Yeah, facts.
It's not fighting no more. It's business. I'm like, I consider myself in the haggler, in the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In their mentality, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to go 15 rounds, I can go 15 rounds.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I got that mentality. You know what I mean? Like, don't throw no towel in.
We lost him.
Oh, they lost him. He dropped.
Oh man, my apologies. That's Gordon.
Yeah,
Gordon, not
Gordon
Gurry. My
Jones.
apologize, Gurry. Gordon, my apologize for calling you Gurry, man. I just saw G Jones.
Jones. We were just
We
talking
gonna try
about
to get
Gary
him
Jones.
back up in here, man. Hold on, see what's going on.
Here he
There you go.
come.
There you go. Yeah, man, we lost you for a second and glad to got you back. Yeah, but
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good, man. That wasn't Gurry Jones. That was Gordon, man. He went to school with you. Gordon Jones.
Big Gordon Jones, man.
Yes, indeed, man.
Man, the Slim. Gordon was 7 foot, man, in third grade, man.
Damn.
We went to Garnett Pass and we had the best football team in middle school, man. All we did was throw the ball to Gordon. Like everybody kept tagging him at the ankles, man. Just throw the ball up, he gonna catch it, man.
God damn. That's funny, man. Gordon, the Redskins need you now, man. Shit. The Commanders, man. I'm gonna still
get
say
us canceled,
that, man.
boy. You about to get us canceled
for that guy. Damn. I forgot the cancel culture, man.
It's a habit, and that's how you know somebody from DC. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man.
I struggle with the same thing.
Man, I can't do it, man. Yeah, it's difficult, man. That's hard for me to just break that one, man.
Come on, man. I remember. I saw us win Super Bowls as Redskins.
Hey, me too, exactly, man. I don't know nothing else.
Throw that away.
Exactly, man. It's difficult to do that, man. We're not gonna just run with that, man. And that's my team. I'm not going with nobody else, man. You know. Yeah, but yeah, man. So you say in the state, you think Shakur could pull it out? You think he'll pull it out at that 135 over all them other guys?
I'm saying, are we alleviating the round that's now the Buds and the Earls and you know what I'm saying? I know they kind of
Heavier than
more towards the 40s and the 40s, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
they still in that. Oh, I fight this weight if you want to fight. If you know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of, you know what I'm saying? And like Gary Russell, like I understand his mentality. Like when in our era, they was fighting Tank and the amateurs.
Facts.
So I mean, they don't hang with each other, or they're not in the same circle. I mean, those conversations. I mean, but then you'll hear the conversation of, oh man, that's them fighting in the same realm, in the city,
Same
whatever the
area,
case may be. So now y'all got y'all picks of who fight each other from the city.
Right. Back in the days, that was never. I'm like when I first started coming back to the fights, man. And I was used to seeing like we had Daryl Lattimore and them guys. They would fight each other. Daryl Coley, Daryl Tyson, all these guys would literally Daryl Coley. I mean, they all would be fighting each other, you know, with no hesitation. So it's the game so new now. Like the game has been changed to the point where nobody from DC fight each other. Nobody from Philly probably fight each other. It's like everybody, even in the amateurs, I ain't even speaking on the pros. The amateurs tend to duck each other and not fight each other sometimes. Like the last thing we saw a good card with Scooter and what's younger name? Makai. They fought, man. That remind me of the 90s back when everybody fought each other.
Back when everybody, you know what I'm saying? Where you would come to a fight and Tank and
Boogie's son Pat. They fought.
Have to fight the gym crazy.
Yes, indeed. You ain't never lied, man.
The gym crazy. That's what they try and see that.
Yeah, hey, that's what you right, bro. You right.
Yeah.
I just feel like, you know, it's gonna be who you pick the day or who you pick the, you know what I'm saying? They ain't, you know.
Yeah.
It's a Mayweather style game now.
Yeah, he did change the whole.
You ain't got a name that's gonna get me this type of payday, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Why would I fight you when I'm subjected to losing?
Yeah, you're right. So what you think?
How do you consider the best fighter now? How do you consider the best fighter?
You can't, man. You can't. You damn
Draw
sure
a name out of
you can't base it off of fights. They basing off who got the most damn social media following base, man.
It's crazy.
It's the weirdest
whoever got the most internet hype and
man.
So
whoever ESPN says,
shit, man. It's the weirdest shit, man. How about I'm the best, you the best?
Right, that's what they doing, man.
Let's see who the greatest.
Let's fight. Let's get in the ring.
That's what they doing, man. That's what it's based upon now.
It should be.
So Tank is fighting on the 7th, man. And
anybody that's on here, man, go check that out, man. It's a lot of talent on there.
Yes, indeed, man.
That card
is Lamar fighting.
Yeah, Lamar's fighting, man. Lamar's coming out of retirement, man. Yes, indeed. Lamar's on that card.
And congratulations, man.
Yes, indeed. When I got that news, Lou called me, and he was like, you must didn't get what was said on there. Lewis's brother, who also has a podcast, Light Skin Lou, man. Live with Light Skin Lou. Check that out too, man.
Okay.
Everybody check that out as well, man. So Lou called me, was like, man, you didn't hear what was just said on there, man. Anthony and Lamont's fighting on this card. Man, I called. They got Sean Johnson, James Baker, Heavy, and Cornell. They got a bunch of elite former fighters, man. That's in the corner. And you know, at first Lamont was in the corner before that, but now he had those guys to it. So a lot of people didn't know that Lamont, because I don't see it really pushing, but Lamont's definitely fighting on the 7th. Also, Anthony's fighting. They got Demond Nicholson fighting Andrea.
You fighting Demetrius Andre.
Andrea. You got
Jaleel Hackett on the
Jaleel Hackett. I mean, he got it's always mainly DC fighters.
It's a stacked card.
It's a stacked card, man.
Yeah.
So
I think, you know, if God's will, man, I'll be there.
Yeah. I think you'll be there, bro. I hope to see you there, man. Somebody just said, man, you need to get back up in there, man, brother Gordon, man. Yes, indeed, man. Brother Gordon said you should get back in there, man.
Yeah, I should get back in the ring.
It's not out the reach. And it's a heavy conversation right now. I'm free from a lot of things that was holding me back too, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big head. You know what I'm saying? They talk about all these other things about boxing, but I can turn the light out and all that don't exist, right? But if I ain't right spiritually, mentally,
that's right,
and emotionally, then I'm still battling against myself with
that's
all
true.
the other things I'm battling against, you know.
I got you, brother. Now, what advice would you give the youngest, man, that's up and coming? What advice of your own would you give them to be aware of in the sport of boxing?
Honestly, it's a lot of things, but if you got a good team, stick with your team, you know. If you got a good team, stick with your team, you know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's a good saying. Pay your taxes, do your road work, don't skip the gym. Don't skip the gym. If you got one foot in somewhere else and one foot in boxing, and you know you can make it, you believe you can make it, you trust in yourself to make it, put both feet in there and give it all you got. You never know the shot you're gonna get. You never know the chances, you know what I'm saying, the opportunities you could take from there, you know what I'm saying? But that road work is key. You ain't got to run long. 3 miles is good enough, depending on your speed, but you got to get that road work in.
That's real talk.
That's one of the conversations that, you know, when people talk about doing it or getting it, that's one of the major, probably never had that problem, man. I think that's why I was as successful as I was in the time frame that I was. I used to run from Suitland Road to Sugar Ray Leonard Gym.
That's a good run there, bro. It's a real good run. That's a real good run.
No, I'm talking about all the way. I used to run from what I say, Silver Hill Road?
Yeah, that's Silver Hill Road, the Suitland Road.
Yeah, what's Shady Side? I used to live in Shady Side. I used to run from
Shady I know Side, where you at. Yeah, okay.
All the way to Sugar Ray Leonard Gym.
Yeah, damn. And that's probably why you was able. That's probably why you was able to handle those. That's probably why you was able to handle those 2 week notices too, and people, you know what I'm saying, would be to the point where, you know what I'm saying, like, damn, you know, thank goodness you were running those type of runs, you know.
Yeah, no, I never denied that. That was a key. That was the process though, but that was in the process of the grind though too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like that was me transitioning from an amateur into the pro. So that was how I was trained. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They tell you like, oh, shorty a dog. We really are dogs when we in the process of preparation. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
We being ran like dogs, we being trained like dogs, we being, you know what I'm saying? We being treated like dogs. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So when them picks hit,
Yeah.
that's what's happening.
Hmm.
But at the same time, that separates the big dogs and the runs.
That's real talk.
Separates the litter. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would run from Silver Hill Road to the gym. But when I get in the gym, anybody that ain't been running, anybody that's getting in that square with me, they gonna feel every bit of this run that's coming because that
That's
was
right.
the treatment. You know what I'm saying? I will run straight to the gym and get in the ring.
Gee.
And it'll be king of the ring. I'd be 4 rounds with him, 4 rounds with him, 4 rounds with him, 4 rounds with him.
Hey, you just basically gave a lesson within the lesson right there. You saying they don't run you, they gonna pay for it, and they gonna feel you gonna know they didn't run too.
No, and they gonna pay for it.
That's
and
right.
They gonna pay for the fact that I had to run and they ain't run.
That's real talk, man.
If you man, listen, during the time we was in Sugar Ray Leonard gym, man, I think it was, you know, every era is gonna say they had the best or whatever the case may be, but I think we had like a night. This was before Headbangers got their gym that they have now, so they was coming over Sugar Ray Leonard's like every day too. They was training over there like every day. AB was coming. That's when I first met him.
Okay.
They was all coming over there every day. Man, I'm talking about it was lit. It was war in there.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know, when you going through, when you around lines, you're forced to be one. You know what I'm saying?
Or you forced to
To
be eaten.
be eaten, you forced to, or you can be a gazelle. You can be lunch, or you can eat lunch. It's your choice, man.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed,
That's
man.
a
Hey,
fact,
brother,
though.
Your big food.
what'd you say, bro? It was an honor, man, to have you on here, man. We really
Man, it was an honor and
appreciate
a
you,
pleasure to
man.
be here, man.
Hey, we got some topics coming. I would love for you to be a part of some of those panels. I see we got brother Gogo Nostra on here, man. La Gogo Nostra.
Like Gogo
He's
Nostra.
he also be on some of our panels as well. He did say we talk about the knife, like he's telling the brothers when we were talking about what things not to do. He was saying stay out the go-go. That could
Yeah. I mean, I definitely gonna. I'm definitely listen, man. Now that you said, you know, I try to refrain from trying to tell somebody what to do with their life. You know
right.
So it's hard for me to, you know, kind of say this or say that, but I always try to leave, you know, people with a good understanding, or don't do what I did because I already touched the stove. That shit is hot.
That's right.
You don't want to follow through those cracks. But like you said, clubbing, all the different women, all that, man, it's fun. It's to be talked about. Is the conversation to be lit. We get it. We all been through the stages. We go through this. If you able to put all that shit to the side, just for whatever your why is, complete your why, you can still have all that.
Real talk.
You still got time for all that.
Real
Ain't
talk.
going nowhere. Don't let them abuse you to the point where you abuse what you doing, and then they gonna leave you by your side anyway, by yourself anyway.
Yep.
So do what's right for you, because they ain't got your fucking back.
At
They
all.
ain't even what you shooting in the gym.
At all.
These motherfuckers ain't. It's a whole different mentality when you talk that shooting in the gym. Ain't no jump shot. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, they don't even give me water in the gym anyway. So what you gonna do for me in the gym?
Exactly.
You ain't gonna take none of these punches. You ain't gonna run none of these miles. You ain't gonna do none of these crunches.
Real talk.
You
Man.
understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
None of that shit.
Dropping jewels. He dropping jewels.
None of that shit. You ain't gonna do none of that with me, for me, or none of that. And you gonna tell me I'm crazy for doing it.
Yeah. And that's what I was talking about earlier, man. You know, you get around those people, they comfortable when you ain't being your greatest.
Oh, because listen. People see your potential before you do.
Yeah.
So when you know who you are, you can decipher who's for you. Because the person that's for you gonna tell you which way to go.
Yeah.
No matter how much you don't want to hear what he's saying, he gonna tell you where to go. See, a lot of people won't listen because I don't have the look that they looking for.
Mhm.
See, they gonna listen to Floyd tell you go and look in the mirror and shoot yourself. But they ain't gonna listen to me and say go look in the mirror and put the gun down and believe in yourself. Because I ain't got all the shit that he got that's showing them.
Right.
You understand? That's the difference.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy is they don't understand. It doesn't matter who's the person giving the information. If they were smart, a lot of these younger they base everything off of what a person got. And I know that's your point. And most people do that. They base it upon what someone got. But you can learn from what a person don't have or what the potential they wasn't able to reach. But in this world of social media where everything looks beautiful on the screen, but as soon as the screen go off, somebody's living a totally different life than what they really living is an illusion.
Filtered.
Nah, it's just for the camera. Hey, but listen, I don't want to lose sight of what I was thinking, right? It's fuck. I had something like if you ask for, damn, what the fuck we just I had it on the tip of my tongue, man.
You was talking about, I know you mentioned a mirror.
Right. But I'm it's just piggybacking off what we was literally just talking about, how, you know what I'm saying, the image of, you know what I'm saying, being told this versus that.
Yeah.
Here it is. Some of your greatest lessons would be learned from a crackhead versus a motherfucking millionaire.
Fat.
Man, what? I learned plenty from him.
Fat.
What? You hit it right on the nugget, bro.
You're gonna learn some of the greatest things in life is from a bum versus a
Real
millionaire.
talk. Real talk.
Oh, fat.
The millionaire gonna tell you a bunch of lies of how he got there.
And he really don't want you to get there himself.
just to
That's
keep you
the
down.
reason why he telling you the lies.
Yeah.
The homeless man gonna tell you the 100% truth, so you don't be in the fucking homeless situation that he in.
Real talk.
Yeah, that's fat.
But they want to look at what you got versus what you're saying.
Real talk.
And the flamboyant lifestyle, that shit is for who? That it only displays that you have no sense of fashion or authenticity.
Lack confidence, self-esteem.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't got no confidence, but once I get dressed and all this Gucci, Louis,
Exactly.
all I gotta do is like this, and a bit they gonna love me. I mean, I wore Versace in high school. I mean,
Man, likewise.
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit ain't about nothing.
Ain't about shit, man.
I got the same. I got more likes from a fucking Target T-shirt than a Versace
Exactly. Exactly. You hit it on the button, though, man.
On the
Damn.
button. Now, speaking on that fashion, man, is that you? That's your joint on?
Oh yeah, this actually is my brand. Love Evolve. This one of this one of my newest creations, man. Love yourself enough to give yourself a chance, man. That's my slogan,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
That's what's up. Yeah, I want to make sure we get a plug in for that, man. And
I
tell people
got
where-
y'all, man. I got y'all.
where you
Look,
could
man,
get it
drop me
from.
y'all sizes, DM me y'all sizes. I got some stuff for y'all, man. It's
Nah,
gonna
yeah,
be-
nah. Just
brother.
want you to tell the people where you could get it from and stuff. You know.
I'm dropping the website real soon, real
Okay.
soon. 2023 fall. Look out for Love Evolve website. It's been I've been in the process of building this up. I've been, taking my time and nourishing this like a baby. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, but the Alexander collection as well, because I hand stitch and sew myself as well. So I do a lot.
Okay.
But that's the Alexander collection too. You can at ATG Love Evolve on Instagram and the _ Alexander collection on Instagram as well.
Okay. Yeah, man. We definitely would DM you, man. Get you the sizes to you, because I definitely want to rock it sometimes while we on the show, man. We
I
and
appreciate it.
give you a plug, man. When you get that website up and running too, man, we'll put a link in the bio.
Man, thank you.
Anytime, whenever you be able to do it, we'll just put it in there, because I like to throw episodes back, and you might catch me throwing snippets and stuff like that. So I'll throw some, say I'll put your IG tag in there, and then they'll be able to reach you in the inbox from there. And because, man, we all about the self-sufficient, man, independence, black man
Business.
starting his own movement, man. And because
I mean, we all got to do something collectively, man. I mean, even if it's just, man, understanding our power and unity.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I went through a lot of shit to get to the place I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like I ain't been through nothing to just be talking, but for what's to come, I mean, it ain't what I'm saying really don't have a lot to do with boxing, but it got a whole lot to do with us as a people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in a race and we losing it when we the starters of the race and the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Say it again.
the whole you know what I'm saying? Like, god damn, like, I don't know, like, I come up under two different sources of, you know what I'm saying, understand. Like, I gotta learn for myself. So there's that, you know what I'm saying? Then there's I learned from those who come before me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But in today's society, you got a motherfucker telling you, nah, Slim, you gotta go do that. Go do that. And that's gonna get you where you need to be.
Yeah.
Where's where you need to be? That man said he probably needed something totally different.
Right.
That man needed advice for something totally different. You told that man to go left. And you the big homie. Ain't nobody giving out the right information for the right reasons, man, just because. They're going to tell you to crash so they can still be right there to be in the same predicament 30 years later.
Yep.
Yeah. See it every
and
day.
Don't try shit.
Exactly. Been there, man. And we've been there. We had to. People tried to discourage us from things that we were doing. Like, we did big shows with Master P, Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And people tried to discourage us. I'd rather lose. I took boxing. I took everything from boxing into real life after boxing. Like, when I lost in the Nationals, all I did was go to the gym and fix what I made the mistake at. You know what I'm saying? My jab was too slow, sped the jab up. My right hand was too slow, I put more into the right hand. So, it's hard to discourage a lot of fighters, though, man. It's really hard to discourage us.
I get where I come from, you know what I'm saying? Like, my discouragement and all the things that, you know what I'm saying, I had to endure or even try to maneuver through to even box. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
I got you.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
I couldn't continue on fighting because I got caught. You know what I'm saying? And I got caught.
Yeah, I got you, man. Yeah.
you gotta put your address on information. You know what I'm saying? And I put my address on information.
Yeah.
I ain't thinking they gonna
Damn.
send me something in the mail. The Junior
Yeah,
Olympics
yeah,
sent me
yeah.
something in the mail. Man, we want him to
Yeah,
be a part
yeah.
of the Junior Olympic team, this, that, and the third.
Oh, you went
Oh.
went to the elite the camp. You supposed to went to the camp. Yeah.
And they wanted me to come to the camp.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
know no
yeah.
better.
I got that letters too. I
That
still
came
got
in
my
the
letters
mail.
too.
I don't check no mailboxes or nothing. I ain't
Yeah,
looking.
yeah, that
I'm
joint do
checking
come in the
mailboxes.
mail. It do come in the mail. That's the only thing that in the
Hold
jails
up,
they
what's
send you in
this?
the mail is that
She
shit.
yelling,
Yeah,
come in.
yeah.
I'm like, what's up, Mom? What's going on? I'm all, what's up? Come on, what the fuck is this? You boxing?
You
Oh, damn.
like,
So I'm like,
yeah, I'm pretty
I'm
good.
looking at the paper. I'm like, oh, this say Junior Olympics. I'm like, shit, Mom, let me go. This
Right,
means something.
right.
Let me go.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Man, you turn that shit in.
Yeah.
That's just like when I was playing. I played for the Blitz. She found my equipment. She like, man, you better take that shit back.
But I understand her
Yeah,
situation, like we talked about earlier. Her
yeah.
situation was more concerned about your
Health.
the health
Yeah,
situation. Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I'm so thankful, man, for
Yeah.
so many reasons, man. You know what I'm saying? And we as men are wired different,
Facts.
taught to
Yeah,
be
we are.
wired
Yeah.
different,
We are.
taught to be this type of way
Yeah.
and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But when in reality, the toughest man is so emotional. He only tough because he's suppressed his emotions for so long that he don't know how to be emotional.
That's facts.
He don't got nobody that he can entrust into to be emotional too.
Facts.
So, I mean, those little things too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed, man. Hey, bro, we really appreciate you, man. I'm gonna come up with a topic, man, and then and check your DM when I figure out what I'm gonna come up with, man. It might be something simple. Who the greatest referee or who the greatest? We just talk about different things to keep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
indeed,
that's my
man.
man though. Shout out Kenny Chevalier, man. One of
Oh,
the
yeah,
greatest
man. He
referees I know,
old school.
man.
I remember him when I was a kid, man. Yes, indeed, man. He one of the best, man. Him,
Man, the
Malik,
only
all
ref
them
I
good-
know to come to the gym work out, man. He worked out, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He come hit the bag, all that, man. I ain't,
He damn sure did. Yep.
yeah, I ain't never seen other refs, man, outside of their element. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But it's some great referees around here, man. It's some great ones, man.
You know, Mills Lane passed away today.
Give a rest in
Yeah.
peace, yeah. Give a rest in peace to Mills Lane. So
He come a long way too. Been around boxing for a long time, man.
Yeah, man.
I always said I wanted him to ref one of my fights, or the dude with the big eyes all over
Oh,
the
yeah.
internet, the black dude with the big I would love to see him ref one of my fights, man.
Yes, indeed, man. He'll be a good one. I like him too, man. He's like he the modern day Mills Lanes, like
Man,
in terms of
yeah,
for
man.
famous, being
Exciting.
known. Yes, indeed.
He make the fight exciting himself.
He damn sure do with all them face expressions. He be in them joints, man. He
He
do.
commentating while he watching it. This
He
good.
damn sure do, man.
But
I
yo,
do
we're gonna give
like
you
the
the
fact that, boxers, you know what I'm saying, we're an elite group of men, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
We all, crazy in some sort because we're getting in that square to even do it. So if you crazy enough to do that, be crazy enough to give it all you got.
There it is. There it is.
And I just want to leave y'all with that, man.
Hey,
Demond
brother.
Nicholson, Anthony, Lamont Peterson, Tank, everybody that's on this card that I know that's, you know what I'm saying, still pushing and doing what you're doing, I commend you. I know you're going to put that work in. I'm telling you, put that work in. And, I ain't saying, I ain't retired yet though. I ain't have a party. Don't you gotta have a retirement party?
that's the tradition.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, DMV boxing legend, Alexander the Great Johnson, The Second Wind Boxing Media. Peace.